Fly, Ambrosia. Thanks, Gal. This beast isn't to be trifled with. I can't go on. Ambrosia won't help me here. Come on. Fly, Ambrosia. don't exactly make for easy prey. Let's hope our craftsman hasn't bitten off more than he can chew. Thanks, Gal. We'll have to wait. Hold on. Look sharp. Is something there, boy? Could that be our man? Are you all right?
Dare say I'll survive. That griffin caught me before I could get an arrow off.
More likely than not.
The name's Camille. I'm a lowly leather worker, if you couldn't tell by the smell of me.
Not so lowly from what I hear. Do you remember selling to a merchant by the name of Karen?
She's not an easy woman to forget. Bought a cuirass from me after I lost my buyer. Quite taken with my work. Didn't stop her bartering. She sent you for...
It's not her who sent me.
Well, consider me flattered.
You should be. He's a master of his art, and not an easy man to impress.
Blacksmiths are proud folk. It's a rare thing indeed for one to praise a glorified tanner. And I don't imagine an impressive... I'd dearly love to help. Actually, I suppose you could give him this.
What is it?
Treated leather. If your man's as skilled...
You sure?
Well, you did save my life. And thanks to you, I'll be going home with all the griffin hide I can carry. I'd say it's the least I can do. Short of showing him how to make the thing myself, that is. But there are rules against it. Secrets of the trade and whatnot.
In that case, I'll see that he...
I'd be much obliged if you... Right. I've got some greaves to make. You send your blacksmith my regards.
Will do. And thank you. Hopefully this will sweeten Blackthorn's mood.
And with a bit of luck... How'd it go, Clive? Did you find him, or does the hunt continue?
I found him. And he asked me to give you this, along with his regards. You joke. He said he wouldn't teach you how to work, but that if you were as skilled as you sounded...
So that's his secret. Good few times, too. No wonder it's tough. And that's no ordinary oil he's used to get... Oh, this is fun.
Yeah? I'll take your word for it. Just looks like leather... Here, Clive.
Camille, I believe.
I thought as much. There ain't many leather workers in the realm daft enough to do their own hunting, see? And his name kept cropping up when I... Turns out, he's from Tabor. But our friend Camille guards a long-held family secret, the details of which are the subject of...
Then we better keep this close to our chat.
Listen, still, I'm glad...
That was the idea. Clive's idea, anyway. He did most of the work.
It's good to have you back, Blackthorn.
Just don't expect me to go turning out work like this. There's a reason he does his own hunting. He knows exactly what hides to look for. And that's how he gets them to layer up so nicely. And don't get me stopped, I reckon I can make something about as good. Something a curse-breaker will have no trouble caring for. Anyway, enough narrowing. I've got work to be getting on with.
Looks like we won't be needing a new blacksmith.
As if there was a better one out there. I wouldn't have been the same anyway. No one spins a yarn like old Blackthorn in... Right, now that's sorted. I've got duties to attend to. Thanks, Clive. You've...
So, what'll it be? Should last you a good while. Anything else?
The stew's awfully thin these days.
Oh, what do you expect? Farmers are abandoning their fields and
Still alive, are ya? If you're gonna buy some, be quick about it. You're rubbing me blind, you know.
Hopefully it's nothing. Blackthorn.
Not really, no.
This won't take you. I just wanted to ask how you're getting on. And you might still be doubting your craft. Even after learning the trick of that cuirass. Perhaps sharing your thoughts might...
That bastard's like a dog, but still, you got a keen eye. He's just, well, carrying
And that was?
a sword. An odd-looking thing with a sink. The metal itself wasn't anything to write home about, but fuck me. The edge on it. You could slice a man clean in two with a weapon like that, and he'd be halfway home before he even realised he'd been cut.
So that's what's troubling you.
Nah,
And if you knew how to do it, we could arm the curse breakers with even better blades.
that's about the size of it, yeah.
I'll see what I can find out. Sharper swords are always welcome. And we can't have our master blacksmith being distracted.
You're a soft touch, you know that. But I can't say I'm not grateful for it. Good luck, eh?
Thank you. Let's see what Karen knows about this sword.
What do you want?
I want to know about this.
Running around after
I suppose I am, yes.
little one. There's not many like that, which made it nice and easy for...
Can you tell me who bought it?
You think I tell people who my clients? Suppose you're not likely. Fine. Lord Ignac's the man you want. Delmeckium, and he's got more money than sense, which is why he's one of mine. Reckon he'll still be at the inn in Dalamil.
Thank you, Karen.
Oh.
I appreciate the warning. It's not going to be. People take notice of wealthy men. Shouldn't be too hard to track down Karen's collector.
My reputation will be ruined.
Calm yourself, Lord Ignac.
Pardon.
Out! Get up! I paid for these rooms so I wouldn't be disturbed.
Please. His lordship is going through a difficult time, and it...
Radim! Get rid of the...
Very good. Would you mind stepping?
I'm sorry if I've caused you any trouble.
That? Oh, no. That's just how his lordship is. Though the morning's event, he has been dispossessed of his luggage, you see. The thieves also made away with a considerable amount of coin. Coin the innkeeper will soon be keen to collect.
I don't suppose a certain blade was among the stolen items. A single-edged sword. It was purchased from a merchant friend of mine.
Ah, you know...
Then I'll retrieve Lord Ignac's luggage.
You have but to state it.
I want an audience with Lord Ignac.
A condition I would be a fool to refuse.
I don't suppose you saw where the thieves...
I did not, no. Though some discreet and every ill-gotten coin in Dalamil is said to pass through that disreputable corner of the Valkyr.
And that's where I'm heading.
I shall speak to Lord Ignac in your absence, and arrange for an audience upon your triumphant return. Farewell. It's a wonder the Republic tolerates the existence of the bandit's bed. You would have thought a few dozen good men might put an end to the problem. Then again, what commander would want to march his troop into the Velcroy? It's a wonder the Republic tolerates the existence of the bandit's bed. You would have thought a few dozen good men might put an end to the problem. Then again, what commander would want to march his troop into the Velcroy?
Everything's back the way it was.
Take that, you naughty...
Clark!
I just wanted to see how the town's been faring since you brought everyone together.
Since we brought everyone together, all is absolutely wonderful. Conrad and Natalie's hands remain safely away from each other's throats and firmly at the helm. Our stores are full, and the bandits still too disorganized to raid them. Just as the good Lady Jane and Lord Underhill intended.
Are you a lord? They're going to make him the Lord of Dalamil.
It's the mayor of Dalamil, dear child, and the vote hasn't taken place just yet. But if the people... Speaking of menaces, there may be a rather worrying one just over the horizon.
May there indeed.
I'm afraid the example Conrad and Natalie set in putting aside their differences and they might have elected to take... They have formed what one could call a League of Outlaws, and they grow more organized by the day.
But we'll fight them all off just like last time, no matter how many of them there are. Won't we?
Of course we will. The longer we avoid facing this one, the more difficult it will be. Until the only way... Our best hope is to nip these efforts by finding those ne'er-do-wells who have yet to join the cause and ensuring that they never do. Perhaps a certain Lord Underhill might be willing to lend us his aid once more?
How could I refuse?
Thank you, my lord. Victor will fill you in on... I have him stationed by the desert gate, receiving and collating reports from my scouts.
I'll go and speak with him.
What's the difference between a lord and a mayor?
A League of Outlaws.
Sounds like we have some competition. Still in Dalamil, Victor?
Ah, Sid.
I thought you'd have returned to Cost.
I did. Then I came. I've developed something of a fondness, and having worked so hard to see it saved from one fate, it would seem a sentiment Master Lubor certainly isn't shy about exploiting. Hence my...
You're not the only one. He asked for my aid in putting down the... and he said that you might be able to help.
Then you've come at just the right time. I was on my... There are more camps in the vicinity than we can safely strike at once. But we must strike together, and we must strike soon, at as many camps as we can.
All right. Which camp shall I take?
There's one upriver. Just out there, across the dunes.
Leave it with me.
Those ne'er-do-wells want to band together.
Fly, Ambrosia! That must be the camp Victor mentioned.
We make this quick.
Ah!
That's him! The one who killed Doc and Fingers! Take his head off!
I'd better let Victor know.
Sid, where are you? Ah, I see the bandits didn't pose you any trouble.
No, but...
No. Something's happened. We need you back.
What is it?
The whole town's in uproar. They're saying that Lubor...
What?
Seems that one of our party, some of the children spotted him, and he was about to silence them. And without a crystal.
But that's not possible.
It is, if he's a bearer and has been hiding it. If he has, well, I wouldn't blame him. No man is branded by choice. Still, all those people see is a man who's lied to them all his life. One who was made a leader of himself when the world believed he should have been a slave.
Fuck.
I don't know where we go from here, but I know one thing.
You're right.
And now everyone knows. I made it a habit to keep a crystal close at hand for just such an occasion. Well,
We're sorry, Lubor. We tried to keep running, but we just couldn't.
There's nothing to be sorry for. I rather enjoyed playing the hero for once. All that matters to me is that you two are safe.
Look at him talking to his betters like it's nothing.
All lies, I'll wager. Just like the ones he fed us all these years.
Once we need to do something, and quickly. Convince the people not to let their prejudices blind them. Convince them...
You're right.
I'm glad you agree. I'll handle the townsfolk. I'm a Dalmek born and bred. They listen to me. You head to the tavern. Make Conrad and Natalie remember who Lubor is. They know that Lubor and I are friends. Lord Underhill of Randalar's League of...
I'll do what I can. Lubor, stay here with the children. I can't promise anything, but we'll try.
And that is all I can ask of you.
Why are you taking the bearers?
Why do they
No
all
use calling Ambrosia now.
You all along that he would...
Forgive me for disturbing.
I've seen your face before.
As have I. Lord Underhill, wasn't it?
That's right.
The rumors that he's a bearer. All true, I'm afraid.
He'll never be mayor now. Not if I have anything to do with it.
But what of his wares? Bearer or no, his steel is highly valued throughout the Republic. In this at least, he's done the town a service. Might that not earn him a little leniency?
Leniency? He pretended to be one of us when he was laughing behind our backs all the while.
I'm sorry, my lord, but he lied to us. He lied to you. He cannot be trusted.
So what do you propose? Will you drive him from his home? Close his forge?
Perhaps. That is a question for the people of Dalimil. And they will thank you not to get involved.
The townsfolk have made their minds up. There was nothing I could do.
Nor I. Conrad and Natalie refused to consider...
You never know. Once their anger is cooled, they might see things differently. For now, we should report back to Lubor.
All right.
Why the hell would Victor take the bearer's side? I assume the situation...
There's still hope.
But perhaps not in this lifetime, I think it's fair to say.
You mustn't think like that, Lubor. Give them time. We'll talk some sense into them in the end.
No, you won't. And your efforts would be better spent elsewhere.
But Lubor...
Rosina would often tell me that steel does not lie, that a blade is a reflection of the smith who forged it. To yourself be true, that was her point. Rather an ironic one when you consider that her life was taken with a blade of her own making. But I do not doubt that she was always true to herself and what she believed in, right, and so must I be. I must do what I know to be right. And now, I know what that is. I must embrace my new role of villain, so that for only united can they hope to stand against the threat that awaits them. I'll need to make a suitably dramatic exit, of course.
Don't go, Lubor. You're the only one who was ever kind to us.
Trust me, little one.
How could it possibly be for the best? These children need you. The least you can do is give the townspeople a chance to change their minds.
I would not take it, Victor. It's over.
Over, you say? And so just like that, you're going to throw this town and these children to the wolves? I thought you were better than this. But it seems you had me fooled as well.
Victor.
Forget it. Do what you will.
You sure you're making the right choice, Lubor?
Of those available to me, I believe it's the best one. Yes. Ah, but where are my manners? Here. Your reward for clearing out that bandit camp. Right then. I have packing to do.
If there's anything I can do. Anything.
I'll bear it in mind. Thank you.
The bastard's been lied to. Can you believe
It shouldn't be too hard to find goods in the square.
Gilbert, take this crystal.
Could be I know something more.
Clive, listen! I found someone who says it.
Have you?
Go on. Tell him what you told me.
All right. It's like I said. A wizened old crone by the name of Karen's been selling steel to whoever will pay her price. Be they... And the more war being waged, the more call for swords and spears. And who will they all turn? Why, the good Reaper herself. Aye, it just so happens I have.
Here in Dalimil? Where exactly?
She has a stall here in the market, but if you're not the patient type, you can probably find her. But it'd be a bolder man than me that braved that particular nest of vipers. Feeling bold, traveler? I hope so, for your sake. Now, if that's all, I have places to be.
Sorry to have kept you.
You don't think Nan's the Reaper, do you?
Not unless she's discovered the secret of how to be in two places.
Eh? What do you...
Lady Karen hasn't left the hideaway in weeks. So who has been running this store?
Good question. I'll go and have a look.
And I'll visit this...
All right, but be careful, Clive.
You too, Goots.
Gilbert, take this crystal. It's no more use than the bearer I sold to buy it. Ah, well.
Nothing to report. Same as yesterday.
Someone's got himself in trouble.
I don't see your mark, so you can start by giving us all the cop.
I already told you.
Then maybe we'll take that.
I'll deal with this.
Thank you.
You that one's if you kindly pay the coin he owes us.
Or you can go back to your garrison and I won't report you to...
Oh, you're more than welcome to. He hasn't had many visitors since we slit his throat.
I'd expect as much from Hugo's faithful, but these were men of the fist.
Much has changed in the Republican army since they lost their rock.
You've seen this kind of thing before, then?
Many times. I was sent here to observe the situation.
You're one of Rutherford's men. He sent me to look for you.
Well, then you have my thanks. I fancy I could defend myself against one, perhaps two, but a whole regiment. I arrived in Dalimil several days ago, but when I called upon the captain of the local garrison to make inquiries, his men confiscated my effects and locked me in a cell.
The captain is no more.
Fortunately, I was able to bribe my way free.
What of the Fist's central command? Surely they wouldn't allow such lawlessness amongst them.
I would imagine they are unaware of it. Most of the army has fallen back to the capital, and those who weren't recalled now rule the fringes unchecked.
Then it's worse than we imagined. You should return to Rosaria. It's not safe here.
I'll find a caravan heading north. You won't mind if I borrow one of these soldiers' coin purses?
Not at all. Now, to find this second associate of Rutherford's. If he was bound for Oriflamme, I'll start at Northreach and see if I can pick up his trail.
Run like the wind.
There's still plenty of fight in him yet. The sooner it's off my hands, the better. Here's your hide, as requested.
I worried you might never return. Quickly, let me see it. Oh, as supple as a maiden's cheek, yet as adamant as her virtue. This is everything I had hoped for, and more. Clearly, my trust in you was not join me, as my honor...
I don't plan on making a...
Very well. Though I believe fate had a hand in our meeting, it would be unbecoming of me to beg. Do not allow me to keep you from being about your business. Here.
Lord Rosfield, is there aught the Undying might assist you with this day?
Perhaps. My brother said that your order was help. Have you learned anything of note since last we...
Little and less, I regret to report.
I see.
Be assured, however, that we will, even now, our archaeologians...
Fallen ruins, I take it. Date?
Indeed. Ultima's thralls are oft sighted among the remnants of the fallen civilization, as if protecting the secrets.
Secrets we'd see unearthed.
Should our methods be of interest, mayhap it would please you to observe some of our number.
Would that be possible?
Of course. Perchance you are familiar with Kretov. I was due to visit my colleagues there to collect... If you would consent to do so in my...
All right.
They will be... Might I suggest you take... It will lead you straight to the village.
Thank you. I will.
I wish you a safe journey, my...
It's kind of you to take an interest in the Undying's affairs, brother.
I can't have... All keeping secrets from me, can I?
Here, take a look at my wares. Come again.
Careful how you pack that leather. Any creases or scratches.
How are those new boots treating you?
They're fantastic. Soft as phoenix down, but tough as boiled bone.
So it's these stones to Canva, and the rest of the boxes.
Not a scratch on them.
Have you noticed the Elder has been coughing?
Here's the scraps you were after.
This is the Required Tree, an archive where we of the Undying collect our findings. Fragments of ultimate true nature surely lie buried in these pages. We have only to unearth them.
That Cyril fellow's an odd fish, don't you think?
Well, scholarly sorts like him always are, aren't they?
Farmers must have settled here in Tabor.
That mark. You must be Lord Rossfield. A pleasure to make your acquaintance, my lord.
What golden plains might the wanderers have called home, I wonder?
Have you noticed the Elder?
Not a scratch on them.
So it's these stones to Canva, and the rest of the boxes to Dalaman.
No history would be complete without mention of the mother crystals. I should speak to the old scholar. The engravings were in good repair, considering their age.
Oh, what that I could have seen for myself. Come, don't tease me now. Let's start with the engraving.
Guardians of the Crystal. I'm pretty sure they'll...
Fascinating. But, what,
Wanderers of the Gold Ore.
No doubt you're right. There are vestiges of this is proving most...
Children of the Hunters. Now sworn to...
Son!
I could have sworn it was something... Children, that's all three.
And so, we add 3 engravings, guardians of the mother. Little wonder it was so difficult to trace the roots of Tabor's culture. Those roots reach down, nonetheless. One cannot help but wonder.
Too many stairs, perhaps.
Ha! Too many.
Why the hell would Victor take the bearer's side?
For a share in Lubor's ill-gotten guilt, perhaps?
None of the stalls were plundered this time, thanks be to you.
Time to brave the Viper's Nest.
Just you, is it?
It was a fairly... So, what now?
That's up to you. Die a slow death, or a quick one. Boys, he's all yours. But that sword is mine.
Leave now and we can pretend this didn't happen.
Oh, you've done it now.
Go on.
When the Borgwyn finds out you've killed, he only wanted that bull of a man. You weren't even supposed...
What were you going to do to...
The Borgwyn wanted him to get to Kai, who was only supposed to point the lamp in the right direction once he arrived in Dalamil. But then you turned up. Well, go on then. If you're going to end...
You're not worth the effort. Now be gone. Before I...
Get your filthy paws off me, you naughty pated...
Stop calling and stop spreading...
For they are not lies. Every...
Goose.
He's gonna kill... He said she had to pay him...
After what she did, it is only right. That loathsome harpy's very existence is a crime. Goots, was it? I have no quarrel with you. Only with your employer. Run along now. You need not pay for her sins.
No.
No?
I don't care what she did. Promise me you won't hurt her, or I'll...
Goots, no.
Enough, all of you!
But how did you?
You're a sight less clever than you think you are, the pair of you.
Well, the whole thing got me thinking, who in Dalamil might bear me a grudge? And a certain snip, though it was just Bogat. I thought the years might have taught you some sense. But I see you the same. What was it we called you?
You. Everything. It was all. And now you'll find it.
Goose, you...
If you want a piece of Nan, you'll have to go through...
Fuck.
You great galoot. Out of the way, I can handle this, miss... So, what, you remember what you told me when we... An eye for an eye? Wise words, sir. And now... Sorry to...
Is he...
Sorry.